that because I one of the things, my mom and dad both kind of grew up in during the Depression, and there wasn't they loved us, but it was never necessarily talked about. You
Hmm.
didn't always go around calling I love you and all that kind of stuff.
We didn't do that in the 80s and 70s either.
And my dad was one that I I never was able to say I love him. And so when I was just about a month or so after he died, I had a dream and he stood at the end of my bed and all I could do was go, Dad, I love you. I really love you. I'm really sorry. I really love you. And he said, You're okay. Everything's fine. And that was pretty short little um episode, but it was and it's still I still had the regrets. It still took me a time to work through the regrets. And the more I think about it, I've also told the story about that the hospital where I had my surgery and how he was part of that. So I've come a long way in understanding my dad and what I think he's the spiritual guide that kind of guides me along in life. And I think it's good.
A lot to lose a father at the age of 17 when you
Yeah.
had all kinds of teenage angst and were not very happy with your father, and
Well, you have that.
he didn't like that you let your hair grow. This was the
Yeah, well,
70s
yeah. We used to have to we'd split it down the middle and had it. I would had it down to about here, I think, if I remember right. And
because he used to
he,
cut your hair with a like you cut your hair now, which is really ironic. Um, just trim it real short with a
yeah,
what do you call that? Clipper.
Clipper, yeah.
Um,
And
and
he just
you went to a hairdresser to get your hair
yeah,
done.
and he's like, I want to say he said something like, "Oh, that's kind of sissy looking,"